Hello again. Now we're gonna carve one of the most beautiful teeth in our oral cavity, which is the maxillary first molar. And as you see here, you can observe that our first molar has three roots. So we'll dive straight into the dimensions here. The length of the crown is 7.5 mm, and the length of the root are different. The mesiobuccal root is 12.9, distobuccal is 12.2, while the palatal root, the longest, is 13.7. The mesiodistal width of the crown is 10 mm, and the buccolingual width of the crown is 11 mm. So let me keep this aside and start with the carving. And here I go. Let me mark this as my buccal side. This would make it the distal part, and this would be the mesial part. Okay, the length of the crown is 7.5, and then the root, I'm going to take it as an average 14 mm. So the most important thing while we carve this teeth is this image. It's very crucial we know the anatomy of this tooth. This teeth has four cusps. One is the mesiopalatal cusp. This is the mesiopalatal cusp. Next is the mesiobuccal cusp. This is the mesiobuccal cusp. This is the first biggest cusp, which has two ridges. This is one ridge and this is another ridge, and this ridge is called as the oblique ridge. Okay, because this is also going to continue here and form the oblique ridge. Now this forms the third cusp, which is the distobuccal cusp, and this forms the distopalatal cusp. The order in which these are in with respect to their sizes is this: the first biggest cusp, this is the second biggest, third biggest, and the fourth largest cusp. So as I told you, this would be our oblique ridge. There is another ridge here, another ridge here, another ridge here, here, there is another ridge here, and another ridge here, which is very slight. So we're gonna start carving our teeth with this as our blueprint. I want you to keep this in your mind. This diagram is very, very essential. And this ridge, this groove, it's called the transverse groove, while this cusp is called the distopalatal cusp. Okay, so let me keep this aside and start with my carving. Let me do my markings. Mesiodistally, my width is 10 mm. So I've got my rough dimensions ready for me to start carving my tooth, and here I go. The first thing which we'll have to do is to follow this. So let me draw the line from the buccal aspect to the palatal aspect here. So this is how it's aligned. I'm drawing the central line here. This is that line. And let me draw the mesiopalatal and the mesiobuccal things, the cusp. And I'm ensuring this is the largest while this is small. And this is another line here. Okay. And then while carving molars, one very important aspect here is to know that you will have to draw triangles like this. Triangles like these. Zoom in and see that you will have to draw triangles like these. For you to be able to cut the cusps. So let me draw this cuspal ridge here. There is another cuspal ridge here as well. And what you need to do is you need to cut out only specific aspects of the cuspal ridges presently. So I will cut this part of my teeth. I'm giving a heart-shaped structure here. Next I'll continue this here as well, the heart-shaped structure. And now let me give a depth here because I'm giving a heart shape. This is one of my cusps. Giving a heart-shaped structure here as well, but I'm not doing it here. Mind you, I'm not doing it for the mesiopalatal cusp. I'm not giving the heart-shaped structure in the inner part, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I haven't given that is because I have an oblique ridge which is coming here, and we need this region of our wax block. Okay, next step. After having done this, we'll also have to do the same thing which we did for the premolars, which is draw a line here and draw a line here, draw a line here as well. That's about it. Then also give a nice cut from the sides to make this your buccal ridge, and give some depth here as well to make it look elevated. Okay, now what is the oblique ridge? The oblique ridge runs from the mesiopalatal, which is this cusp, to the distobuccal, which is this cusp. Okay, so this line from the center of the distobuccal DV to MP, I'm drawing a line like this. Please zoom in and see this line. This is the oblique ridge. The oblique ridge is touching this cuspal ridge. Okay, so I'm gonna carve out the oblique ridge now. The oblique ridge must be emphasizing this ridge here while you carve. Now this is how I'm carving. I'm just ensuring that this line gets highlighted by removing the other parts out. Just take my carver, give a nice horizontal movement on my buccal side, which gives this a small tilt. So if you just look at it from this side, I guess you can appreciate a small tilt, very small tilt. I hope it's visible. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the palatal side as well, a very small tilt, ensuring you don't destroy any cusps. Be very careful. Okay, so I've done that part. Next what I am supposed to do now is I will be building the grooves in the teeth. Now the occlusion has a very nice appearance with all its grooves. So the way I'm gonna do it is just the same way in which I did my other teeth. So what I'll do is, let me draw a line like this. This is a central line. This part, which is my biggest cusp, this is actually one whole cusp. This is so huge. This is actually one cusp. This entire part constitutes one cusp. Okay, I'm coloring it. This entire part is one cusp. So we need to bring differentiation. We need to bring a boundary for all the cusps. So that's why we are giving the grooves now. So this is the center line. Okay, so I'm going to take my carver from the top of the cusp to the line. This is how I'm bringing my carver from the top to the line, ensuring you build a triangular fossa along with your groove. Same with the oblique ridge. This automatically builds the transverse groove, which is also very crucial. This line which you can see here, which is between the oblique ridge, is called the transverse groove. Okay, so I'm building the transverse groove now. Now let me build the triangular groove, the triangular fossa for this teeth on the distal side as well. So I just built the grooves now. You can see the grooves, they're so obvious there. You can see the grooves so well. Now let me give the rhomboidal shape for this teeth now. So this shape is very crucial. Your teeth must have this shape whenever you carve it. So for this shape to come, what you need to do is you'll have to remove parts of your distobuccal and your palatobuccal regions, both this region and this region. I'm also going to remove parts of near the distopalatal cusp to give it the rhomboidal appearance. Okay, so if you keenly look at this tooth, we've beautifully built a nice shape, a nice rhomboidal shape all through. So this is a nice rhomboidal shape. Okay, so we also have 4 nice cusps here. This is our mesiopalatal cusp. This is our mesiopalatal cusp with the oblique ridge. This is there. There's another ridge here. This is the distopalatal cusp. So we've built everything now. We have also kind of built the convergence. Let me emphasize the convergence here. I'm going to build the convergence, cervical convergence. Okay, so we are actually done with our crown. We'll now proceed with our root. Let me mark a 14 mm mark. So this is our buccal side and this is our palatal side. This tooth has 3 roots. So this having 3 roots, it becomes very crucial. We know that 2 roots are found on the buccal side. This is our buccal side, and it's got 2 roots. Both of them are distally bent. So this is our distal cusp, which means this is the distal side. So let me bend my root this side, this side. This is my distally bent roots. So this is just a rough drawing, and this is my palatal side where I just have 1 root. Okay, so in the first place, let me firstly level it up to the CJ. That's the most important thing. So as I told you, this teeth has two roots here, and these are the two roots, one root here and another root here. So in between them is a furcation. So let me draw this furcation first. I'm drawing this furcation, and then there is a cleft here too, which differentiates the buccal roots and the palatal root. So the cleft will also extend till here. So I want you to draw this rough sketch on your tooth. So this tooth has these lines sketched on it. Now I want you to gently draw lines on it initially. Initially draw lines gently over them. Let them be a bit deep, but do it gently so that you don't break your teeth while doing so. This is my palatal root. My palatal root is straight and it is like this. Okay, so we've come to a final part here. We have built two buccal roots which are distally bent and one palatal root. There is one palatal root, and then we have our crown which is rhomboidal in shape. We have everything in shape, but we have everything in place, but what is left is what is called the cusp of KRRISH. The cusp of KRRISH is present on the mesiopalatal cusp. So the cusp of KRRISH is present like this. So I'm going to carve this out, making it prominent when you look at it from the occlusal aspect. Here I go, the same way in which we will carve the CEJ. Please observe keenly, zoom in and see. This is the cusp of KRRISH. This is the cusp of KRRRISH. So it needs to be visible even from the occlusal side, which is how it's visible. Okay? So my friends, this was our tooth. The last but the most important thing while carving is to polish your tooth after having carved it. And there you go. A nice maxillary first molar with 3 roots. A beautiful teeth indeed.